Question was asked I got a question this morning. How do you know if you given a person enough time to commit? My question to you is, what does that mean? Um, are they exclusive to you? That's not you're at the end. When he calls, do you pick up? But I have a lot of thoughts about that. So here we go. If you have to guess whether someone has chosen you, they haven't. If you have to wait for clarity, I think you already know the answer. And if you have to shrink yourself to keep that person, they were never yours to begin with. In Yoruba teachings, a man who is ready creates clarity, not confusion. They create coverings, not chaos. They create direction, not detours. In Yoruba thought, Iwa Pale, that is the good character of a person, is the foundation of relationship. And if a man who wants you, if he wants you, he will show you Iwa, not excuses. In scripture, it says, God is not the author of confusion. So if confusion is present in your relationship, it didn't come from heaven. So when you take yourself off the shelf of dating for a man who has not chosen you, what you're doing is that you're placing your heart on layaway for someone who has not even decided whether or not they want to make the purchase. That's not love. That's just self-abandonment, all dressed up in loyalty. So if you have to ask, how do I know if I've given that person enough time? Daughters, time is not the issue. Truth is, see, if he wanted you, he would have stepped up toward you with both feet, not with one foot in the world and the other foot in the streets of indecisiveness. You're just sitting there loyal. I bet you are. You're answering the call on the first ring, picking up all the texts and everything, choosing your heart over people who really want to be with you, if you would give them the opportunity. While this other person that you really, really want is still just interviewing candidates. Yep, interviewing candidates. That's not devotion. That's just misplaced faith. See, a man who sees your value doesn't gamble with your value. He guards your value. He honors your value. He claims your value. But this one that you really have your mind on, he's just studying your silence, measuring how little he can give to you and still keep you standing there. And the more you dim your worth, the more he believes that you don't even know you have a crown. Queen. So walk away, my daughters. Don't walk away in anger. Just walk away getting yourself in alignment. See, God refines in private before he blesses in public. Remember, the creation had order, but this man, he never asked you to stay in confusion. God would never ask you to stay in confusion to prove your faith. Remember that song that came out in the late 70s called Silly by Denise Williams? I can't really quote the lyrics because of copyright issues, but the song is about a woman who keeps giving her heart to a man who just won't choose her. He won't commit to her, and she keeps waiting in emotional limbo. But she then realizes that she's just been silly for believing his potential instead of really looking at his pattern. And that's exactly what we're talking about. Go back and look on YouTube. I'm sure you can find a song on YouTube called Silly by Denise Williams. It's a beautiful song, but it's a real serious song. So guard your heart above all else, for it determines the course of your life. That's Proverbs 4, verse 23. And let your yes be yes and your no be a no. That is Matthew 5, verse 37. And God is not the author of confusion. God is the author of peace. Jesus says, my peace I leave you, not as the world gives you. God is not the author of confusion. That's 1 Corinthians 14, verse 33. So the real question is, the real question, if you want to get real with it, is not has he not enough time to commit? But the real question is, why are you giving commitment to someone who has not even earned access to your heart? So that's my little tidbit for the day. Don't, if you have to guess whether someone has chosen you, I think you know the answer. And if you have to wait for clarity, I think you have the answer. And if you have to shrink yourself to keep that person, I think you know what to do. So take care, many blessings, and I hope this message reaches everyone's inner spirit. And you get off the sidelines and move on. Just move on, because God has someone waiting on you. Remember, the longer you stay in a situation like this, the person that God has for you is going to, they're there too, but they're going to move on. They're not going to stay there. You know, um, don't go shopping on the clearance rack expecting to get what's in the case that's chained up. You want to have what's in that's being chained up, that's locked up. Don't be the person on the clearance rack. Take care. Many blessings.